Okay, here we are for the chat room connections. Okay, Reptilian channeling, and yeah, the Galactic updates after this should be pretty interesting. So. This is Novak. Handsome devil as usual. There are some Galactic updates, but not now. So, if you have questions, I have answers. Hopefully.
Hello, handsome. It's Stacy. First question is from Carol McLaughlin. Are there any messages for me?
Yeah, well, yeah, from the Palladians. You've been doing a lot of astral travel with them, it seems. Also, your connection with your archangels. There's several of them. You've been doing much work with them around nurseries, around children for protection. As for bringing light to those places around this earth. So it's pretty awesome. Thank you. Blessings.
Carol's second question. How is my brother Jim doing, who crossed over in 2008?
He's doing all right, it seems. He's speaking well. Let's see here. What has he got? He's had a higher vibration than he did when he came in. He had some very difficulties connecting for some time. He seems to be very good with the ladies, it seems, and all is well from what I can tell. That's what I got for you.
Okay, next is Shallma. First question, she's having trouble breathing, so much so that she has to force herself to take deep breaths or she feels like she's going to suffocate. And she wants to know if this is part of the ascension symptoms.
Let me see here. 1 second. That's partially, yes. It seems like your entire system is transforming and is shifting to a higher vibration. Yes, your guides, well, it seems like you'll be able to hear them more clearly soon. Yeah, I do feel that there might be like a chirping, but that will eventually clear out to be more clear. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. Let's see what you got. Thank you.
Okay, Shao would also like to know some information about her grandmother, who's on her mother's side, who's 80 years old, and she just wants to know how long can she still live.
Feels like a couple more years. It depends on, she seems like she can go whenever she feels like. So whatever, if she feels like mission accomplished, then mission accomplished. That's all I got for you.
Okay, next is Marianne A. What is my main mission for being here in this reincarnation?
To figure that out, first off, they can't tell you. It seems like around children you're good. As for, that's up to you if you want to go on that route. I wouldn't do that. I would scare everybody. And some people would want to ride on my back. I don't need all that. But anyway, it seems to be healing is a good part for you. Healing, metaphysical healing, Reiki, stuff like that. I think it'll also bring up your vibration. It seems like you'll also be very busy. It's up to you to go in that direction. I do see tarot cards around you. That might be something you like to go into. That is up to you. Reason that kids came up is because you can give them good direction as for spiritual knowledge once you feel like you're ready for that. Not to say you have to go to nursery school and teach kids or something like that, but to be knowledgeable to them if they approach, through family or somebody like that. Let's put it that way. They will find you. Let's put it that way. Thank you.
Okay, Marianne would also like to know if there are messages for her.
She's working close to the angels, as many are. Working close to the Arcturians, the Palladians, assisting with Earth's ascension in her own way. I do see many felines around her. She's had many feline incarnations, and it seems like she's connecting on their worlds many times right now. She's there like most of the week. I'm not even clear what that is. That's between her and them, but she is bringing it seems like healing to their race because they're still going through a lot of stuff. She's like I would not to say her older, but like a grandmother to the felines. I mean, you've had a lot of lifetimes with them. Doesn't mean you're old. Thank you.
Okay, next is Crystal Eve Snow. And she's putting a request out for her husband, Devin, with assistance in career advancement opportunities at his workplace.
Yes, you can manifest this. That was going to take some time. It's kind of a problem there. It's kind of a pain in the ass there. To make ends meet there, I see, or to... Yeah, just it feels like you're manifesting this on your own, but yeah, it will take a few months from what it sees for you to have some sort of result from that. But your angels are assisting you also. Welcome. Blessings.
That's actually a lead into her second question. Do the angels have any messages for me?
Well, yes, they're assisting her on this, what she wants, the manifestation, also through her children. She's working with them in astral. And that's all I have for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Jess444. Our first question, can you assist my chakras in healing and tell me which ones other than my throat chakra I need to focus on?
Heart chakra needs some healing. Yes, needs tender loving care. There's been a lot of reptilian energies around that. Shark beings, interesting. They're fun. They're a fun bunch. But these aren't the bad ones, but they're still fun. But anyway, root chakra also, a lot of Palladian lifetimes there that have not been released. They can use some cleansing as for. They don't need to be there anymore. Let's put it that way. I'll leave you with that.
Okay, her second question is, are there any messages from my grandmother, Agnes M.?
Yeah, she said she wished she had your courage to do what you are doing. Awakened as you are awakened. And she says, have patience with your father. He's very stubborn. That is the message.
Okay, next is from Maglena Ivanova. When I sit to meditate, my head starts to swing from right to left and stops if I focus on the movement. What is the reason for it and what to do? She says.
That's a complicated one. I'm not connected to that question. Can you read it again? Sorry.
Yes, I'll word it a little differently. When I sit to meditate, my head starts to swing from right to left. And if I focus on it, the movement stops. What is the reason for the movement?
You're seeing very many vortexes around you. There's many around many of you. Some are open, some are not. You're seeing the energy of the world. There's also many elementals that's around you that are assisting with your energies, making you more sensitive to this type of energy. Meaning it is nothing to us it's not a big deal, but for you it seems like you're opening up more. That's all spiritually. That's what I see. Blessings.
Okay, Maglena's second question. Any messages for me at this time?
Well, a message from the reptilians. You got one message from them. They're hanging out with the insectoids. They don't need any. You don't need any messages from them. All right, 1 second. Message from your angels. This is, yes, very important. Archangel Raphael. You have many lifetimes of Archangel Raphael. That's connecting you to your Pleiadian lifetimes to heal many of your Pleiadian lifetimes. Pleiadian worlds that are similar to this, somewhat. And bringing many healings to you. The reason you came to this world to bring a healing here, because of your experiences on that other world that's very humanistic, very similar to this one. Your knowledge is much needed in this reality. It is an honor for, yes, many, at least with your Raphael says, honor for you to be in this incarnation. As for many here, or all, if you want to go that route, because it's very challenging here, but it serves its purpose. You will, I believe you'll see it now, but if not now, you will see it eventually. Blessings.
Fantastic. Next is Ra N. Do I have any connections to the Essassani? And if so, what are they?
Yes. I feel like you're one of the founding fathers of the Essassani, ancient ones. At this time, you have an aspect with them creating their race. As a gray, I also see a Nordic energy around you. So they have Nordic energies with them. There's different kinds of Essassani. It's not just a little gray guy walking around with no hair. Some do have hair, and that is a lot of the Nordic energies, such as your females that have hair of the Essassani. That hasn't been too clear, but the ones with hair have the Nordic genetics, and you're part of that race. Hair in the right places, something like that. Anyway, that's enough of that. Next.
Okay. Are there any messages for Ra?
Yes, your Essassani. It's funny how you asked that. Much more information we brought into that. Yes, you're like one of the founding fathers. But there's many of those. But also to bring an energy to this earth, to bring a healing through it. As you see through certain channelings that are here, channelers, such as Bashar, blah, blah, blah. They are brought because the reason they sent Bashar here and others, it's not just him, is because as society was affected by much of the negativity on this world. Meaning it did cause I want to call an event within their species that they don't want to talk about. At least not now. In their history, their early history that you're part of. And to clear that out, channelers are sent to this earth to bring a healing to this reality, to assist with the future. I know that sounds all freaking weird, but anyway, that's what had a lot to do with it. And you're involved with it. And thank you for that question.
Okay, next is Moses. His first question is about a lifetime where he was sort of an emperor to the Annunaki, and learned that ever since then they put a blockage on his chakras, and he's wondering why they did that and if they're afraid of what they're afraid of, and Because he doesn't remember it. And what should he do?
What they wanted, yes, they're. Well, yeah, because you were there as a positive emperor, and a lot of the negative ones didn't like what you were doing. You're pissing them off, the negative ones at least. So you can say in some ways they wanted to cap your energies here in this reality so you cannot connect to your positive energies to reverse some of their negative, most of their negative. Also, interesting, your connection with them is with the secret space program here on your Earth or on your whatever, your moon and stuff like that. You haven't much involvement with that, and that is one of the reasons why they capped your chakras, so they don't know about it. You're bringing much of a healing. You have another aspect as an Annunaki on the secret space program, bringing positive energies there, not negative. You're going in some ways war with the negatives, and they are tricksters, that's for sure. But they can't outsmart you. But this knowledge will come back to you eventually.
Okay, question number 2 for Moses. What is my contract?
I'll tell you what I can. Your Galactic was. I can give you. All right, let's see. What can I tell you? Your Galactic contract. You have a connection with the Pleiadians to bring a positive energy here, to reverse much of the Annunaki energies that are here. You know the Anunnakis very well. Okay, maybe not right now, but part of you does. And so your reincarnation here is very important, as many are here. Also with the Greys, you're assisting the Greys also. You have a lot of Grey energy also. And you're assisting the Greys as to be humanizing. It's for future populations that they're working on. It's future civilizations. And you have an incarnation here is giving them information on building civilizations. So there's more to your contract. Everybody has a lot of stuff on their plate. Let's put it that way. That is what I can tell you right now. Thank you.
Okay, next is symmetry. I want to know more about my Earth past lives, anything that I did in those lifetimes that made me a stronger soul, because I'm so weak in this life.
You've had lifetimes in the Civil War. And there was another lifetime you had that was Civil War. Seems like before that. The wars before the Civil War, so you had 2 incarnations. But as for being weak here is because you've seen enough. I would not worry about it. It's as for there's 1 second. Where can I go into this? What can I give you here? In this lifetime, you're somewhat similar to those lifetimes. They did make you stronger, but the damage from those lifetimes, as for the conflict, has affected you much. It has closed many of your chakras down to a certain degree. Not shut them down, but it has clocked them down a little bit. Nothing that is. You do need a healing of a past life healing. That is, yes, in the works, I believe, through Ivan, but it is. As for a chakra healing, but there is much there that needs to be released. That's all I can give you right now. Thanks.
Symmetry would also like to know if there are any messages for him.
From the reptilians, the lizard people say hi. Also, your Greys say hi. They're working with you to, you're very gray, obviously. And being here is kind of a pain in the ass, but it is helpful to you, and it's helping you get stronger. This life is making you stronger. You might not feel that, but it is. A lot of things are thrown at you. It's kind of like a torturous life in some degree, to some degree, but you're releasing that slowly. And the next coming years, I know you don't want to hear this, like coming years, but I feel like you'll be a lot stronger over time. That's the message. That's all they got. And they say hi again.
Okay, next is Thomas Pedersen. I've heard that a being can be in stasis while the soul travels out to another reincarnation, and when that reincarnation is over, the soul moves back to the body in stasis, and that life continues again. Although the memory from the past life is remembered, is this right?
In some realities, yes. In some realities, no. So it seems like you're connecting to that pretty strongly. So that's a higher dimensional being you're connecting to. It feels like sixth density, Palladian, whatever it might be. Insectoids have that too. So yes and no, depending on what reality you're in. Thank you.
Okay, Thomas's second question for the evening. What is my connection to Sirius? And will he be going back there when this life is over because he feels lost here on Earth? Although he has lots to learn.
You have lifetimes on Sirius as a feline, and that's probably what you missed. You had many positive lifetimes as a feline, as a commander of many ships. Even within the Galactic Federation of Light, you are a big wig, you can say, because of your energy, not because you got a big ego like this world has. It's just you have a pure heart, and you've went through many tests, such as this world, and so you're pretty high up within the Galactic Federation of Light. You're one of the peacemakers, and it's understandable why, because you're a Syrian within the Galactic Federation of Light, and you bring much positivity to other societies. And being in this incarnation is rough for everyone, but it is part of your ascension process. Many beings that are here that don't want to be here are here to assist with the ascension process, because many beings that do want to be here are a pain in the ass. They don't want to assist with shit. They just want to play their video games, as you can tell. Their Xbox or whatever nonsense. So, the light workers, if you want to call all that, come here, talk about their aliens and freak everybody out. Somebody's got to do it, because the rest of them aren't going to do shit. That's the answer.
Okay. Next is Stephen Davies. What can you tell me about my galactic history that I don't know about?
You've had lifetimes within the feline races that is similar to your Civil War on your America. Similar. Now just visualize it as a bunch of felines kicking each other's ass. That was very real. Now realize that, some of that actually came from another world. America and its whole direct, that all was channeled from another species that was of peace and stuff like that. Of course, you guys have a hell of a divide here, but whatever. But yeah, it's just, it was of course, the wars weren't as like they are here, but you were part of a civilization. You can even also see them in cavalry type of costumes also. This is a reality that was way before Earth. It was a primitive time in this feline world. And I believe in Wira. Yes. It's a rebuilding of the feline races after the war with Wira. Blessings.
Stephen Davies would also like to know if there are any messages.
Yes, you have a connection with the Andromedans that are bringing much positivity to you at this time. Yes, you realize it's difficult for many here that are awakened to the alien energies, but the Andromedans are sending their love to all of those, all people. But to those that are of the light worker communities, it's technically a message for all, is to stay confident in your exploration of your extraterrestrial connections. It will increase. You will know more, you will feel more in the coming years of your alien energies. So technically that was a message for everyone, but a message for you also. So thank you for allowing that message to be for others. Blessings.
Okay, my name is Stacy.
Yes.
And I would just like to know what beings are around me at this time and if they have messages.
Got a bunch of reptilians around you, but they're just hanging out, nothing to worry about. They're messages. Well, yeah, they're assisting with this Bob Marley stuff that some reptilians were there. And they're giving you like a relapse of that, a re-remembrance of that lifetime. They're bringing it back in. There's much reason for that. It should also bring a lot of happiness, but they do not. They don't have any now, but it will help a lot with your connections, spiritual connections. And Bob Marley has a lot of messages as for moving the vibration up. He'll assist you with this. Eventually, his message will get out to more of the people. Basically, just smoke up and be happy, something like that.
Maybe I'll help him get that message out to the world then.
It's pretty simple.
Okay. And then what density am I in the most?
Fourth, higher fourth, sometimes 5, sometimes 6, but 4 at most of the time. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's
Higher
good.
fourth. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Novak. That's it.
Anytime. Oh, good. All right.
Relieve you of this human body.
Oh, well, I'll be back for galactic messages. Some stuff I gotta spill out for humanity to hear. I'm gonna get that tank one of these days so I can drive it around. That's all the Disney World. I'm gonna get one of those. Of course, I can get one, but so much love, humans. And,
Much love.